Have you ever stopped to think about why some of the most successful, intelligent, and accomplished men you know are single? I'm not talking about those guys who complain about life, blaming women or the world for their loneliness. I'm talking about men who seem to have it all together, who are building something real, who have purpose and direction. Why do they often walk alone? The answer goes far beyond what you imagine, and Carl Jung, the brilliant Swiss psychologist, had much to say about this. Prepare yourself, because what you're about to read may completely transform how you view relationships, solitude, and most importantly, yourself. Society has created a powerful and almost unquestionable narrative. A real man must be accompanied. If you're single, something must be wrong with you. You must be immature, selfish, incapable of commitment, or simply not good enough. This pressure is so intense that many men enter mediocre relationships just to fill a void created by external expectations, not from genuine desire. And here's the first secret Jung would reveal. Consciously chosen solitude is radically different from desperate loneliness. A man who chooses to be alone while building his life is in a process of individuation, a fundamental concept in Jungian psychology. Individuation is the process by which a man becomes truly who he is, integrating all parts of his psyche, the light and the shadow, the internal masculine and feminine, the conscious and the unconscious. Jung believed this is the most important work any human being can do. And here's the brutal truth. You cannot complete this process while being emotionally dependent on another person to feel complete. When a man seeks a relationship before knowing himself deeply, he's not looking for a partner, he's looking for a substitute mother, a validator, an emotional crutch. And that never ends well. Men without girlfriends who are genuinely focused on their personal development are doing something most people don't have the courage to do. They're facing their own shadow. Jung described the shadow as all those aspects of ourselves that we deny, repress, or ignore. They are our insecurities, fears, repressed desires, unprocessed anger. When you're constantly in relationships, it's easy to project your shadow onto the other person. It's easy to blame your girlfriend for your problems. Use the relationship as a distraction to avoid looking inward. But when you're alone, truly alone, there's nowhere to run. You're forced to confront your inner demons, and that is both terrifying and liberating. Here's another truth nobody wants to admit. Premature relationships can destroy your potential. When you commit to someone before knowing who you are and where you're going, you often make concessions that compromise your dreams. You choose the safe path instead of the true path. You stop taking risks, stop pursuing that crazy vision burning in your chest. Why? Because now you have to think about another person. You have to be responsible. You have to guarantee security and stability. And while these things are important in their proper time, when they arrive too early, they can clip your wings before you even learn to fly. Jung said that every man carries within himself an image of the feminine called the anima. This is the psychological representation of feminine qualities within the man: intuition, emotion, creativity, receptivity. Many men project their anima onto real women in their lives, seeking in them what they should be cultivating internally. They look for women to feel complete, to access their emotions, to give meaning to their lives. But the real work is to consciously integrate this anima, to develop these qualities within oneself. When a man does this, when he becomes whole internally, his future relationships are based on choice and abundance, not on need and desperation. Being without a girlfriend also means having time and energy to build something meaningful. While your friends are spending hours in discussions about nothing, managing relationship drama, and making constant compromises, you have the freedom to go all in on what really matters. Whether building a business, developing a skill, creating art, or simply exploring the world and yourself. This period of productive solitude is where extraordinary men are forged. It's in silence and uninterrupted concentration that great works are created, that profound transformations happen. But let's be honest about the other side of this coin. Being alone also hurts. There are nights when you question whether you're doing the right thing. There are moments when you see happy couples and feel a pang of envy or doubt. There are days when the silence of your house seems to scream louder than any noise. And that's completely normal and human. Jung didn't glorify suffering, but recognized that genuine growth always involves some level of discomfort. The question isn't to avoid this pain, but to learn what it's trying to teach you. Is your solitude revealing emotional dependencies you need to resolve? Is it showing that you define your worth by another person's gaze? Is it exposing an inability to be with yourself? Here's something that completely changed my perspective. You don't need to be in a relationship to love. In fact, the healthiest relationships happen between people who already know how to love deeply, themselves, life, their purpose. When you're single and focused on your growth, you can practice love in ways that many people in relationships never experience. You can love your work, your mission, your friends, your family, humanity, with total intensity because all your energy is available. You're not divided, fragmented, half-committed in multiple directions. And when a relationship finally makes sense, when you find someone who complements your journey instead of diverting it, the quality of that relationship will be completely different. You're not seeking salvation or completion. You're offering your wholeness and receiving hers in return. You're not fleeing from solitude. You're choosing to share your abundance. That's the difference between relationships based on lack and relationships based on consciousness. Jung also spoke about synchronicity, those meaningful moments when external events seem to perfectly reflect our internal state. When you're doing the internal work, when you're becoming the best version of yourself, you naturally attract people and circumstances that resonate with that frequency. You don't need to hunt or force. The right connections appear when you're ready, when your interior is aligned. The truth nobody tells is this: the best men often walk alone for long periods because they're committed to something greater than immediate comfort or social validation. They're building solid foundations, integrating their shadows, developing their unique strengths, preparing themselves to create real impact in the world. They understand, consciously or unconsciously, that a man who doesn't know himself cannot truly know or deeply love another person. So if you're single now, stop believing the narrative that something is wrong with you. Ask yourself honestly, am I using this time to become who I truly can be? Am I facing my shadows or running from them? Am I building something meaningful or just killing time until someone appears to save me from boredom and loneliness? Your answers to these questions will determine whether your time alone is a prison or a forge where you're being transformed into something extraordinary. The choice, as always, is yours.